Blessed love, my lords and empresses, giving thanks for life once more, and for the blessed Sabbath, and just for the goodness that the mighty Kalamari Haile Selassie and Empress Men in perfect balance has given to me. So last week we left off at shadow work and me sharing some of my personal, you know, personal things that I had to be realistic with myself. Again, hoping, praying, manifesting that this light can shine to someone else. Because we all need to be one. Oneness. We speak on oneness. We speak on unity. Not only as Rastafari, but as African people. So, for I, it was going back to me realizing some things that I have been unhealed, that I thought I was healed from, such as going back to childhood and realizing or understanding that when I'm with someone, it's reflected of wanting approval from someone. You know what I mean? The man that created me. The physical man that created me. And then being having things happen in my youth. And this is a story that's told many times over by many women, even women who I uh, who I have much love and respect for their journey and for them sharing it with the world and giving their gift of love and care to the world, to women who also had a similar story. So hearing it more, it had definitely prompted I to get more in tune with like my issues, my traumas, my traumas that I kept on putting to the back burner and being like, okay, yeah, this is just how I am, you know what I mean? Or hey, I was in this relationship, so this is why I am the way I am, you know what I mean? Where you change who you are depending on who you're with. And so that goes back to wanting that love from my father, wanting, feeling like, oh, people love me when they can touch me. They love me more. And so that same mindset, I had where sex, the connection, the physical connection was my love language. And it still is. And I'm not ever going to be ashamed of my sexuality, my femininity when it comes to someone that I truly care about, someone I truly love, even if they don't love me. You know what I mean? And that's something that, for a good example, that's something that I'm dealing with at the current moment. You know what I mean? Like I want someone. You know what I mean? And for a long time, it's like, hey, I think I'm healed. I think I'm good. But then stuff will transpire, and I'm like, why am I feeling this way? Why does Bretchen make me feel this way? Why do I get anxiety every time I'm coming to his yard? Why is this? Why is that? And I had to realize, yo, I'm trying to get approval from this person when that's not what is needed. What's needed is, you know what I mean, someone who can be a partner, you know what I mean? and not take on the burdens of childhood or things that may have transpired, but also having that partner overstand. That's why it's important to know about your partner's history. It's not to soak in sorrow. It's to know how to love them properly. It's how to be able to, before you can even love them, how you can you mean even comprehend or even have empathy for something that they have that has affected them, so that's something that we definitely don't I don't want to say we don't deal with in the community, but it's very far and few, you know what I mean, where we can talk about mental health, because mental health, spiritual health, it intertwines. You can't have one without the other, and if you say you can, you're a liar. Period. So, you know what I mean? And this ain't even, like I say, this isn't about like romantic things, but you know what I mean? Like a lot of times that's where my personal issues would come in. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, hey, I'm educated. I had a good career. You know what I mean? Like I'm a hyper independent person, and that's what I had to realize. Like, how can I say I want a nation built when I don't even know how to? Not in fact, I don't know how to share. It's about how I don't even know how to use discernment of when to share and who to share with. You know what I mean? Not like, not even on a hustle type. Okay, well, this person can flip this. No, like, okay, you can flip it, but then where are we invested into if we gotta always flip? You know, so it's things like that where, you know, will make me just stay at my job opposed to trying to get out there and take a risk that can potentially put me in situations that I've never been in, that I never want to be in. So, you know, that was also part of the shadow work for I, you know. And also like not wanting to be single my whole life. You know what I mean? Not just continuously going with the flow and saying I know my worth, but then I'm just letting whatever happen because someone's saying, hey, you know what I mean? I don't want an uptight queen. I don't want, hey, you have to accept, you know what I mean? And people want to alter and put people into a mold of what they want, you know what I mean? And yes, people get that. People definitely get that. So don't, why settle, right? Like someone said, um, I mean, bees don't explain to flies why honey's better than sugar, right? So, you know what I mean? You have to, you have to realize like, hey, if things are failing, right? Or things don't go correctly, right? And it's not even on no sense of blaming yourself, which I do, or I take the blame, even though I'm not like, hey, that wasn't on me. I tried to explain some things. It's like you wasn't listening. And for me, I need to, before I can talk money with anyone, I need to like know your mental. I need to know what I'm getting myself into. And for some people, that's not okay, you know. But for someone who definitely has, I have like, I have trust issues, and a lot of people do, but I don't want to have those things be the reasons why I'm single forever. Those reasons why I never became a business owner. Those reasons why I never traveled to Africa to live, regardless of, you know what I mean, like of what people may say, and what my inner person may fear or anything like that. So it took a while again for I to truly live in and be honest with self about where my issues stem from. And truly, you know what I mean, people say that when they go into certain things this makes them change, but like when I truly like started like being in liberty and, you know what I mean, for real trying to obey the commandments, you know what I mean, and for real trying to you know what I mean, like just be a good person all around, not have evil thoughts, not have wickedness, not have bitterness, not have hate, not have envy, not have gluttony, not have greed, not have all these things that makes us superficial and really apathetic to really anything besides ourselves. So, um, you know, it had to it had to manifest. It had to surface. You know what I mean? And man, it was hard. Like, you know, like there's days where, I mean, it has been a long time, but there's days recently where I just cried because it's like I'm going to do so much for this world. It's not what I want to do, it's what I'm going to do. And, you know, just being truthful with myself and where I'm at and what I have to do over again and what I could have did. There is no woulda, shoulda, coulda. Like, it didn't happen for a reason. A lot of things that we say happened for a reason, or transpires or didn't transpire. There's never a coincidence. There's never a coincidence. And I had to I had to step out and to step back in. I had to do a lot of praying. I had to do a lot of soul searching. I had to do a lot of looking within, and then looking at my child, and then seeing, oh my God, I don't want this to become her in 15 years. You know what I mean? I don't want her thinking that it's okay for men to not want to commit but want certain things. You know what I mean? I don't want her to feel like she has to depend on the government 9 to 5 type of job to make life, you know what I mean, to be comfortable. So it's just going back to my childhood, not seeing positive men, not seeing motivation, not seeing, you know what I mean, not seeing nothing. And still, within my inner circle, you know what I mean, which is my immediate family, like, it's not there. And so, you know what I mean, like, and I'm not down on one, because, man, I love my family, you know what I mean, I love them. But I was like, that's not me. That's not my life. You know what I mean? And I be telling people, and I tell myself, I'm not a hustler. You know what I mean? Like, I told Gretchen the other day, like, I didn't know I was a hustler until I had to become one. You know what I mean? And that's just very briefly back to when getting fired from my job for not, you know what I mean, not doing what they wanted me to do. And oh man, I just lost my train of thought. Oh goodness. I'm sure it'll come back to me, but you know what I mean, like, I don't want to basically be that person where I'm depending on other people, and I'm not, like, you know, oh yeah, the hustler. So I was like, I know how. I mean, I didn't know, like, because I love medicine. I loved what I did. You know what I mean? Because for the patients that looked like me, or patients who, like, was just, you know what I mean, like, it just their sometimes just their genuine gratitude for us. You know what I mean? And knowing that, hey, like, this stuff is actually helping them, like, seeing them a year later, and either their cancer's gone, or this has decreased, or something like that. Like, that touches me. That touched me a lot. So you know what I mean? And to this day, like, I remind myself, and I say to other people, like, I have it on my wall, I am not a hustler. I'm a business owner. You know what I mean? Because yeah, you can hustle, but where's that wealth coming? Where's that wealth going? And so that goes back to the shadow work of, you know what I mean, like, almost all my family has something to leave somebody when they transitioned, you know, and I want to be able to leave something for my future, children's children, you know what I mean? And I want to leave something that is not physical. I think we we search so much, and we chase so much land, and, you know what I mean, and property, and material, and assets, and stocks, and investments, and products, and yada yada yada. But then we don't invest nothing morally into our children. We don't invest anything spiritually for real deep in our children. You know, we can teach them how to make $1, but can we teach them how to cope when they feel like they're going to an emotional battle? Can we give them holistic ways of dealing with their anger? or we just be like, nah, fuck that shit, da da da, you know, like, and just be like, okay, you're strong, or okay, like, nah, sometimes yes, we're strong, we do need to know that, but we have to talk things out, because what we have right now is a whole bunch of hurt, unhealed children in adult form, you know, and what good is that? What good is that? And I realized that I, in a sense, like from, you know, from this last king I was dealing with, like, you know what I mean? I still adore him to this day. He know it, you know what I mean? But what I had to realize, I'm not a bad woman, but honestly, like, I don't know how to be in a relationship, you know what I mean? Like, not a healthy one. So I don't even know how it even looks, you know what I mean? I'm 31 years old, and I can finally say I don't know how to be in a relationship. You know what I mean? Like, I know how to love. I know I know how to give when I feel like it should be received. I know how to, you know what I mean? Like, I know how to do certain things, but when it comes to, like, you know, especially when it comes to, like, say nation building, and I have no clue on where my money's going, you know what I mean? Like, I have to question it. I have to be hesitant on it. You know what I mean? And that's a sense of, like, when you hold on to money, you're holding on to something that you feel you have to keep, but really your money is the evolving door. You have to spend it to get it. So me being how old I am, and regardless of age, I'm just grateful for this light that has been like put upon I, because if I kept on being like, I know how to love, or it's just the men that's doing this, you know what I mean? But you have to, it's a balance. It can be, you know, it can be issues that the king may have had, but you have to also take into account your uh, portion of why things didn't go. And so that's something that I definitely had to do. Like, yo, like, okay, what happened? How does this coordinate? Connect the dots. Like, how does this correlate to the childhood? You know what I mean? Does it even correlate? You know what I mean? Because it doesn't always have to correlate to the childhood. It could correlate to something else. But, you know, yeah. So it's just realizing, like, you don't know what you don't know, and not everyone is willing to walk with you on that. You know, and for I, you know, hey, I'm not upset about it. You know what I mean? Because I still have life. I still have love. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm never going to be one of those women, period. That's, you know, forget feelings, chase the bag. Like, I want both. I'm going to have both. I want to be able to provide and live comfortably, and I want love, period. You know, and I'm not going to settle for not having either. And I want someone who loves the Most High the way I love the Most High. You know what I mean? And it's, you know, and same thing for friendships. You know what I mean? Like, now when I say Most High, I'm not saying every friend or everyone I'm going, or next kingman maybe a Muslim. You know what I mean? But it's about who holds a space. You know what I mean? Who can hold space? Hold space. Hold space. Hold space. So I don't know. It's this work is never done. Healing is an everyday uh, field trip. You know what I mean? Some days you're high, some days you're low. And in this sense, you do go with the wave. You let the wave happen, because if you don't and you suppress it, like, you just blow up. You just blow up, and you can't, and that goes back to the child. That goes back to the child, the unhealed child, who has temper tantrums instead of reasoning, you know. And today I decided I wanted to get on my meditation my meditation thingamajigger, because like this is a grounding session today, and being close, being close to the ground sometimes is the best place to be. To hold a little space, and I was looking up some things, and listening to like classical, like just listen to things that's going to free the mind, and and or activate the mind, whatever space that you need to be in. For I need a calm, I need a release, I need, a Sabbath. That's right now I'm unclean, so that's when I don't read my Bible, and, I learn other things, or I do other things, just just be with the Most High in other ways. Like what do I have now? So right now, I'm doing the work. I'm doing the work right now, and basically, I'm talking about right now with Queen of Powa's Heal Thyself. And I've been staying in this book a lot lately, because I just feel I've been compelled to use this time right now to truly heal. So when the next brother comes to me, I'm ready. When the next business opportunity comes to me, I'm ready. When I just need to go, I'm ready. I don't have to depend on someone else. I don't have to have my hands out. Like, It'll be a communion type of thing, opposed to, please help me. Because for someone like me, that's for a lot of us, it's not just me. A lot of us have a hard time asking for help. A lot of us have a hard time saying I'm struggling. You know what I mean? Especially when we're used to making good money. You know what I mean? Like, and it's a routine. It's a strict, it's a straight up routine. And not having a routine definitely have shifted things a little bit, but I can't lie, I love it. Like, straight up, I still wake up early in the morning, you know what I mean? I still do my thing, and I'm still making money. I'm still going to be able to provide. I'm still going to be able to keep my home. I'm still going to be able to, you know what I mean, build, go to functions, to learn to network. Because one thing about is you know what I mean, like, for my experiencing, this is a shadow work going back to adolescence now. You know what I mean? Leaving school at a certain age, those a lot of times also pivotal moments for communication. So really never being in I did one semester in regular high school. You go to alternative school is probably, like, to me, equivalent to like going to school in the hood. Inadequate teachers, they don't care. You know what I mean? And the ones that do care, the system's so messed up that their it burns them out. So, you know what I mean, not experiencing that kind of stuff, and not having, like, people like, oh yeah, it's my 10 years, I've been best friends for 10 years, and we met in school, and I'm like, sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, I'm envious of that, because I'm like, yo, I don't, you know what I mean? But this is not a victim type thing when I say that, but I truly don't have friends. I can't be like, okay, sis, let's link up, you know what I mean? Or hey, Gretchen, let's link up and let's connect and it ain't even there gonna be no sexual just like man, just straight spirituality, not even spiritual, yeah, like spirituality, spiritual, like oneness and righteousness and truth, and just, you know what I mean, like, that's the type of stuff that I yearn for. That's the type of connections that I seek, and like, again, going back to not having those communications. So sometimes, like, when it's time to communicate, it's like, I know how, but not like, not in the sense that you would think, so it's better late than never. I'm grateful for now being able to use my voice in many ways, and not use my personal issues as vendettas to other people. To be able to realize when I'm, when I need to work on myself, when I'm being insecure, when I'm being, like, I'm never in competition with another queen. I know Gretchen be saying, I've said that to me before, and I'm like, it's not the competition, it's the lies. It's the deceit that fucks with me, and like, just like, and I'll be like, man, this reminds me of when this, oh, I remember, oh shoot, where's 8-year-old Jazzy? I feel her right now. And it's like, yo, you just, close up, and being closed also gets you nowhere. Sorry, I just saw a flock of birds. I just love when I see the birds flying together, because, like, like I say, the birds of the feather flock together, and just seeing that, and seeing the cohesiveness, and seeing the discipline from them literally following one, and them trusting in the direction of where to go. Everything connects in this life. So we're going to end this segment. I'm going to get back to some classical music and some more mental stimulation. So again, y'all, please support, support. I want to hear from you guys. I want to hear feedbacks. I want to hear if you guys want me to do something else. If you guys, like, share, give me feedback. I look forward to it. Like, subscribe, share, and I look forward to seeing y'all next week. Alright. Rastafari live and reign and rule forevermore. We give thanks for life. Rastafari live. Listen, love.